America's most powerful tech companies already know more about you than your parents do. They share that information with others. They make billions doing it. Just today, Facebook admitted it gave data on 87 million people to Cambridge Analytica. No big deal. Tech companies drive economic inequality. They've done that a lot in California. They collude with one another to suppress free speech, while their CEOs demand an end to gun rights from behind a wall of armed guards. They create addictive services and deliberately get children hooked on them. Then they'll brag about how they'll be able to buy themselves immortality in the end. They're even creating new risks for national defense. So what defense can be made of the tech industry, which increasingly occupies a central place in our lives? Dean Garfield is president of the Information Technology Industry Council, and he joins us tonight. Dean, thanks for coming on.
Thanks, I think.
So there are a lot of ways.
I see you're a big fan of ours.
Well, you know, there are things about, I mean, these companies are successful because they're amazing. Google is an amazing product. Facebook is an amazing product. I would never deny that, and they're American companies, so I'm proud of that.
Right.
But there's a massive downside that has been suppressed, and I could name a lot. Here's just one. The more you use Facebook, according to study after study after study, the less happy you become. We've seen a massive spike in suicide rates, especially among kids. I'm not saying they're driven by Facebook. I am saying we should take a close look at things that are affecting kids' emotional well-being. These are credible studies. You're familiar with them. How is this different, an addictive product that hurts people, from cigarettes?
Well, I think it's quite different from cigarettes in that there is demonstrated evidence that smoking nicotine is addictive and is bad for your health. I don't think that evidence exists for Facebook or other social media. But that being said, most of the companies that we represent understand their responsibility to society and are making sure that they're evaluating what's going on and taking steps to make sure that it's not doing harm.
There's no evidence. Okay, so here's Sean Parker. He's the founding president of Facebook. Here's what he said November 9th, and he described his company. It's exploiting a vulnerability in human psychology. It literally changes your relationship with society, with others. It probably interferes with productivity. God knows what it's doing to our children's brains. But we do know, because the Journal of Epidemiology found that, quote, the more people use Facebook, the less healthy they are and the less satisfied with their lives, especially true of children. Study after study after study. So we know it hurts people, unless we think science is invalid, and we know that it was designed to be addictive. So how is that allowed?
I don't think we know that it's designed to be addictive. And as well, the people who run and founded those companies didn't create them with addiction or doing harm in mind. They created them to do something pretty phenomenal, as you noted, which is to deepen social connections.
But that hasn't happened. I mean, there's no study that shows.
When there are 2 billion people
I'll tell you how. Okay. Because there's not a single, and we've looked at it pretty closely, there's not a single study that has shown that the more you use social media, the more connected you are to people. You may communicate with them more, but in no true sense are you more connected. In fact, you're more isolated. And that's what these studies, and I have all of them, 2015, University of Missouri, 2013, huge one, 2016, all of these show that social media use decreases life satisfaction because it alienates people from each other. Yeah. Why won't the companies admit that?
My sense is that, and my view is that, there is little reason to admit something that's still quite nascent and still being studied. I think there's a lot of conversation about the neurological implications and a deep desire to get to the bottom of what the implications are, and if there is a problem, then to do something about it.
How much money is Google, for example, or Facebook spending on researching this? I don't think any of these studies were funded by the industry.
No, I don't think so either.
Right. So it doesn't sound like they're taking their responsibility seriously. Let me ask you a macro question, which is this.
I wouldn't say that at all. In fact, I adamantly disagree. I think the companies do take this seriously. That's why.
How much are they spending studying it?
I don't know. That's not to suggest that they're not studying it.
Right.
In fact, in all of the discussions today about legislation around these issues, like the Honest Act, most of the response from the companies have been not adamantly opposed, but let's have a conversation about what the implications are.
But we're billions and billions and billions and billions of profit dollars into this. This has been going on for more than 10 years. There's been evidence for a while that it might be harmful. Why haven't they taken the lead in this? Because they don't care, right?
Wrong.
Wrong. Wrong. Okay. Well, I hope you'll come back with. Look, anytime you want to come back, we've hit the tech companies really hard, and if there's countervailing evidence, I really want to see it. So if they have initiatives to address these things, I hope you'll come on. You'll always have space here to talk about them.
Absolutely. I welcome that.
Thank you very much.